There's no way Kang Se-byuk was crying for real during the marble scene. There's no way that scene was real. Sometimes we wonder if actors are really acting or not. It's extremely hard to tell because actors are professional, right? But sometimes actors or actresses go off the role by accident. But that director liked how real it looked, so they decide to keep it in the show or movie. In today's video, I'm gonna be going over Squid Game players who weren't acting and it was their real emotion. Get ready guys, because this is gonna be one good video. Get ready to hear this guys. Like and subscribe if you guys are excited for the new Squid Game Season 3. I am so ready. So let's start off with the first two actors in Season 1. Jihoon and Kang Se-byuk that occurred. This occurred in the beginning of Season 1, Episode 1, the very first episode. Alright, let's rewind a bit from the beginning so we can know exactly how this actually happened. Jihoon wasn't the most fortunate guy, and he was a fellow gambler. Not the best habit in his situation. He really needed money for himself and his mother. So what does Jihoon do? He goes to this gambling place where there's other people like him, but he does something terrible though. He steals the card of his mother. A lot of people did not like the scene because how can someone betray their mother like that? Anyways, he steals the card of his mother so he can have some money to gamble with. But the only problem is he doesn't know the pin of the card required to take out money from the ATM. And he only has 3 attempts before the account closes for suspicious activity. His first 2 attempts are wrong and has one last third attempt before the account closes. But he gets the 3rd time right when he writes his daughter's birth date. Since it's her birthday, Jihoon has the money and is ready to put it on. He puts his money on the first race on this horse, but the horse does him dirty and he loses it. But the second time, he bets on the horse, which is number 6, called Thunder Horse. He comes in first place guys. Jihoon ends up making a whopping 4.5 million won, which is around $3,000. Not bad for his situation at all. He can definitely do a lot with that. Everything is looking good now as it is, but little does Jihoon know what's about to happen to him. Jihoon goes out to celebrate with Jung-bae, but then sees some of his enemies that he owes money to. These enemies end up chasing him down. Jihoon is in a very bad position, so he ends up running away as fast as he can. This is the scene you guys have been waiting for now, when the actor wasn't acting. He bumps into Se-byuk and hits her drink and straw. Him putting the straw back in the cup like that multiple times wasn't part of the script, and that's not all. It doesn't end there. Se-byuk ends up laughing when Jihoon does this, but you can't see her because her hair is covering her face. But if you look very close, you can see her head movement is like she's laughing. I can't believe all of this wasn't in the script, but the director decided to keep it in because it flowed naturally. I mean, no one can really tell, I couldn't, so it doesn't really matter anyways. Alright, so the next scene isn't really actors not acting, but it's just an interesting fact that I quickly wanted to tell you guys. The gunshots were never there. Whenever a gunshot was meant to occur in the movie, someone had to say bang really loud to get their attention. They had to time it perfectly, especially with how quiet the game was. I mean, this makes sense though. It's not like they can get a real gunshot and start shooting whenever they have to retake the scene. It makes more sense for someone just to signal it with their voice. Okay, let's move back to when players weren't acting. I just wanted to add that interesting fact. This involves one of the beloved players, Abdul Ali, Jihoon, Cho Sang-woo, and Oh Il-nam, but we're going to be targeting Abdul Ali, and you guys are going to find out why real soon. The players in the games are all given some food, but Jihoon doesn't like it though, and starts to complain how cold it is. I mean, I don't blame him. The games probably don't care how well the food is, even when there's 456 players participating. But anyways, they all end up talking about what new games will be occurred. Cho Sang-woo asks Jihoon what the next game will be about, and Jihoon simply responds saying he has no clue, and everyone will only know when it actually occurs. Oh Il-nam suggests it's a children's game though. Well, wasn't that old man right about that? It's not like he's the host of the entire Squid Game, so how could he possibly know that? Ali is there though, and is not saying too much, but then he starts to laugh. He isn't just laughing out of nowhere, he's actually laughing in real life, which is so funny. He's laughing because he sees Jihoon eating absolutely nothing, so Ali found that really funny and started to laugh. You guys can obviously not see Jihoon eating because it wasn't shown in the scene, but you can see Ali laughing at him. This wasn't part of the scene, but the director decided that it fits well with the scene, so we kept it in. Ali was such a great, genuine guy, so the audience seeing him laugh like that probably didn't expect anything since that was already in his character. Even myself didn't notice anything weird because I thought it was just Ali being Ali. This honestly all is so interesting. I only know this because I made the research for this video, but it's so interesting to know this now. Alright, let's go on to the final scene when actors were not really acting. In the next scene, it's in episode 6 season 1, and it's honestly quite sad of an episode. Some very tragic events occurred. For example, Ali dying after being betrayed by Cho Sang-woo. This got the whole audience hating on Cho Sang-woo after he did Ali dirty like that. So where did the actor actually not act in this episode? We go back to Kang Se-byuk again. Kang Se-byuk was so invested in this scene where she started crying, but she did it for real. She was so wrapped in the moment. Props to her for being able to cry as an actor. Fun fact, most actors are not able to fake cry, so they need to be sprayed by a water machine, or they can try keep their eyes open until they tear up a little bit. Props to her though. Even the director, Haewon-duk-yeok, screamed cut and she couldn't stop crying behind the scenes. Wow, she was really in the moment. That's incredible. Well, that's also interesting. Squid Games is known for its phenomenal acting, especially in season 2. In my opinion, the best acting in the entire TV show is when the two actors are being held hostage by the salesman and they start crying for their lives. This scene was honestly so freaky because it felt so real to me. I was thinking, oh god, please don't die, because it all just felt so real. What I've also realized about Ji-hoon in his character development has changed throughout season 1 to season 2. The guy really changed so much. Not just in his appearance, but just the way he is. He was way more flimsy and weak in season 1, but in season 2 he was a complete different man that was ready to take on anything. His confidence level was a really big change, and I'm proud of him for that. I can only imagine how fierce he's going to be in the final Squid Game season 3. But who do you guys think is the overall best actor in Squid Game? And I'm also curious who you guys think is the worst. Squid Game Season 3 is only 60 days away, and fans are going crazy about it. It seems so far away, and it feels like it's gonna take forever since we all can't wait for the show. It's only 2 more months, guys. But for my next video, I want you guys to pick what you guys want me to do next. I would love to hear your thoughts. You guys give me the best support, so I'm relying on you guys for my next video. But that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. Like and subscribe once again if you guys haven't already. I will also put my recent video in the middle of the screen right now, so if you guys want to check that out, you can. It might even be better than this video. I don't think you guys want to miss it out. It's pretty interesting. I will see you guys in the next upcoming video. Peace out and take care, everyone. Goodbye and have a great night.